Do you feel lost when it comes to your child's biracial curly hair? Well, we've got you covered. Girls with a Curl is going to go through our 5 most commonly asked questions when it comes to curly hair. Be sure to stick around to the end of this video. Today we're giving away our free guide on how to manage curly hair. Now, before we get started, I want to just give you the expectations of handling a child with curly hair. As a mother myself of 4 biracial daughters, I have gone through the ups and downs of curly hair. I have learned the hard way what works, what doesn't work, and I'm still growing today. Let's get started. Question number 1, how do I wash and condition my child's curly hair? Well, great question. This is by far the most misunderstood process to curly hair. Especially as a white female, our hair tends to get oily. So we will wash our hair pretty much every other day, if not every day. So when a white female has biracial children and she continues to use the same process on the child's hair as her hair, she's gonna run into problems. The curly hair will become dry, it will start to frizz, which causes tangles. It's just not gonna be good for the child. It's not gonna be a happy moment for you either when you have to go detangle her hair. Now, being realistic, every curl is different, and every parent is gonna have to determine what works best for their child. Because I have 4 children, I need to figure out what works best for each of my children, and no 2 processes are the same. Now, when it comes to washing curly hair, you only wanna wash it once a week. Maybe twice a week, depending on what the child got into that week. If the child did a lot of sweating, sports, playing outside, playing in the dirt, playing in the pool, then maybe you want to do twice a week. But for the most part, once a week is plenty for washing a curly child's hair. When choosing the shampoo that you're going to use, there's many key clues that you can look for when shopping for products for your curly hair child. 1, no sulfates. 2, no parabens. 3, no silicones. And 4, no mineral oil. Now, most products clearly display this on the front of the bottle, but if you're not sure, you can always check the ingredients on the back of the bottle, or you could subscribe to our channel, and we often review products that are good for children and good for curly hair. We will give you the most honest, truthful review when we review our products. That way, you don't have to be an investigator on which products are safe for your child. Just come to our channel, and we will let you know what's best. When you wash your child's curly hair, we call this the wash day. My child's wash day, Sunday evenings. Now, our wash routine includes shampoo, conditioner, and sometimes a conditioning mask, which I'll get into just a little bit more in just a minute. But getting back to the shampoo, you only want to apply shampoo to the scalp of the head. Shampoo is used to clean the scalp, whereas conditioner is used to condition the hair. Another thing that I want to mention about shampoo is once you clean that scalp, you go ahead and rinse it, but just let the soapy suds run off the hair. You don't actually have to shampoo the ends of the hair. Again, shampoo is made to wash the scalp. Now, curly hair is so much different than straight hair in that our scalp produces a natural serum that travels down our hair to condition our hair naturally. Now, when a child has curls, that serum is not able to get all the way down to the end of those curls. And that's what makes the ends of the hair so dry. This serum only gets maybe halfway, and from there, we need to apply our products, starting from the ends and working to the root. You may only need to really condition the back or end part of the hair on a daily basis. On wash day, you want to condition everything but the scalp. When you condition the scalp, you are blocking the child's pores from growing healthy, strong hair. Now, getting into the moisturizing mask, we do this maybe once a month, where after you do a regular conditioner, you'll go ahead and put the moisturizing mask in. If you read the directions on the bottle, it will say how long to leave it in for. It's usually 10-15 minutes. You can leave it as long as 20 or 30 minutes. You want to go ahead and apply a plastic cap over the hair once you have the moisturizing mask in. That will create a heat barrier to be able to open the child's hair strand, and that's gonna let the extra moisture in. While the conditioner is working into your child's hair, this is a great time to detangle. Conditioner creates a natural slip. If you don't know what a slip is, it is how easily you're able to comb through the child's hair. Depending on what type of product you're using, some have more slip than others do. I will leave some information in the description below of different products that I use that help most when detangling my daughter's hair. Now, once you're done, after the time has passed, you want to do this with clean, fresh water and wash out that moisturizer. If the child is taking a bath, considering taking the child out the bath, draining the water, and either putting in new water or just letting the child rinse out in the shower or the sink. That way you're using clean, fresh water to remove the conditioner. And you don't have to remove all the conditioner. Depending on how much moisture your child's curls need, you can leave some of that conditioner in the hair and just do a quick run through. Okay, now once you're done with the shampoo, the conditioner, you don't want to use a regular towel when drying off your child's hair. Go ahead and use a t-shirt or something that's microfiber that will absorb the water but not cause frizz in the hair. A regular towel does not work well with curly hair. It causes a lot of extra frizz when drying. So just go ahead and use a t-shirt, or you can check out this product that I bought at Amazon, and it's really good to just wrap the child's hair up. That way it will dry properly and not be frizzy once you've done your routine. So the second most frequently asked question is how to detangle. Now, I've made this video here on how to detangle, but I'll give you a quick rundown right now. You want to detangle while your child has conditioner. Now, you can do this while the child is taking a bath, or your wash day routine can include detangling. So the best method for detangling is actually your fingers. It's called the finger detangling method. And once you have the product in the child's hair, you just work your fingers through to be able to get out all those knots and tangles. Now, a key that you'll have to remember when detangling is to start at the ends of the hair and work your way up to the scalp. When you start at the scalp, you're just dragging knots and tangles all the way down to the ends, and that's going to create basically a bird's nest in your child's hair. You're not going to have a fun time getting that out. When you start at the ends, you're working your way to just take out a few knots at a time. Now, the reason curly hair is so tangly is because the curls are looping into each other throughout the day, and that's what creates the knots. Even when you're detangling, their hair is naturally going to want to, again, wrap itself around each other. So once you're detangling, you could do it section by section by clipping it off. It's also a great idea after finger detangling. The next step is to use a wide tooth comb, starting from the ends of the strands and working your way up. And from there, you can use either a Tangle Teezer or some kind of brush made for curly hair, and I'll leave those products in the description below. And that's how you want to get the tangles out. A widely known brush in the curly hair community is the Denman brush. Now, I've had my fair share of working with a Denman brush. I think it's great, but I don't think it's the best for detangling. I think it's great to use the Denman brush after detangling. That's going to put the curls into their own little separate lockets and create those beautiful coils. But this has to be done after detangling. So once you break down the hair in sections, take your time. You don't want to detangle when you're in a rushed period. Do not try detangling right before you're getting the kid to school, when you're running late for work, anything like that. You only want to detangle when you actually have the time to detangle. Now, this could be while your child is watching a tablet, playing on ABC Mouse, watching TV, playing coloring, doing anything that will distract them. I'll even limit their tablet time for detangling time. So they know when I'm going to be detangling, they get to watch their tablet. This makes it not so bad of an experience for them and for me, that way that they're calm when I'm detangling their hair. If you are with me, go ahead and comment below the word curls. And the third most frequently asked question that I get is what tools I should be using for curly hair. Now, I've already mentioned a few, which is the wide tooth comb, the Tangle Teezer. I'm going to list them in the description below of which products work best. I've also got this amazing water bottle that just squirts flawlessly, and it's like a continuous spray, so you don't have to constantly keep squirting the bottle. You do one spray and it gives this continuous amount of water that comes out of it. Now, I've got 4 hairs of head that I have to do, so this is a lifesaver when it comes to detangling and refreshing my girls' curls. So let's jump into the different products that you can use. We've got different shampoos, which some of my favorites include Mixed Chicks. Creme of Nature is great. We've also got Cantu, which is an affordable line that everyone can afford. And they've got so many different great products that work perfectly. Carol's Daughter is another line that I especially love. They have one of the best leave-in sprays. It smells like almond milk and it's just amazing. Carol's Daughter also has this hair milk that I'll link to in the description below, and this thing is a lifesaver. One last product that I want to mention is our Scalp Massager. This thing has worked wonders when our children have been trying to grow their hair long. When you use a Scalp Massager, it creates blood flow to the scalp, which allows the hair to grow more quickly. So I'll leave that in the description below. And it's also just fun to play with, and the kids love to do their own little hair massage. And even sometimes I get a hair massage, which is an extra bonus. So good stuff. Our fourth most commonly questioned when it comes to curly hair is, how do I style it? So there's so many different ways to style. Make sure you subscribe because we come out with styling tutorials all the time. And starting soon on Tuesdays, we'll have our 2-minute quick hairstyles that you can get a cute look with curly hair in only 2 minutes. Now this is a must for me with 4 kids. I need to get them out and going to school on a school day, and I don't want to wake up at the crack of dawn to spend 4 hours doing 4 curly hair girls, and then I feel like I've worked half a day of a job after doing hair. No bueno, not going to work for me. So we're coming up with 2-minute hairstyles for you and our community to be able to get that hair done and get these kids out the door. And not only that, but you've already spent 30 minutes to an hour detangling. We need to make up that time. You can make up that time by coming up with a quick hairstyle that looks like you put in all the work and it still looks fabulous. I'll put up ideas for curly girl hairstyles. One is the Dutch French braid. Now this is so cute. It's so simple. You might have already learned how to do braids. Now it's basically the same thing with curly hair. You just have to take that extra time to brush and get the curls out. Now straighten them down and use different edging products or gels that will smooth down the curls where the actual braid is. And at the end, you can leave the curls out or you can just braid it all the way down. Another great idea is cornrows. It's just a braid that's connected to the head. Now, okay, a lot of us don't know how to do cornrows, and that's okay. There are so many tutorials here on YouTube, and there's ways around it. Now, if you've seen the ponytail guide to braids, you can actually do little ponytails down the head that allows you to braid. And the hair's already pulled together, so you don't have to work on pulling that hair while you're braiding. Not only that, but if you just don't want to do braids altogether, that's fine. There's so many cute hairstyles with little tiny rubber bands all over the place. Just cut a box square and put a ponytail in. Now make it even on both sides or don't make it even. That's cute too. You can have an asymmetrical hairstyle. You could just have a strand of a braid. A lot of girls want the Anna and Elsa style these days, so I'll just throw a quick braid in the girls in the front and I'll just throw it up in a ponytail. You might even want to do a protective style. Now there's a lot of protective styles that will last you all week or maybe 2 weeks. So this is great. You put in the extra time and effort, say on a weekend, and then the rest of the week you're good to go because you've already got a great hairstyle in your child's hair that's not going to come undone during the week. So I'm going to leave you a couple of videos in the description below that I've already came up with some great tutorials that you can look at and learn how to do these different curly girl hairstyles. Our final question of the day that is frequently asked with children of curly hair: how should they sleep? Or what do I need to do at bedtime to ensure that our child's curls are good to go in the morning? Or how do I protect curls at night? If you haven't been doing anything to protect your child's curls at night, you can see the results in the morning. It's not a good situation. So we've come up with a curly hair night routine that will ensure that the curls are protected and they are good to go in the morning. One of the main things you want to do is have a satin or silk pillowcase. Now we bought these at Amazon and each of the girls got to pick out their own color. It was fun for them and they also enjoy sleeping on them. It makes sure that they don't get all those baby hairs and flyaways that if you use a regular cotton pillowcase, they're going to tend to break while they sleep, especially if you have a child that tosses and turns like my 5-year-old does. She has so many little frizzy baby hairs in the front, and this was prior to us having a satin pillowcase. Now that we've got the satin pillowcase, it definitely has improved her. Now, the other option is to go ahead and wrap your child's hair with a satin scarf. There's so many great satin scarves that you can find on Amazon. Of course, there's probably children that don't want to wear a satin scarf at night, and that's understandable. just go ahead and go with the satin pillowcase. Another thing that you never, ever, ever want to do is leave the child's hair out or down while they sleep. If you do that, there are going to be so many tangles that are created while they sleep. Just go ahead and put the hair up in what we call a pineapple style. Now that's when you pull all the curly hair up on top and throw a rubber band in it. Now, if you would like a printable version of this guide that I've gone over today, that way you can refer back to it while you're doing your child's hair and don't have to find out what I was talking about in this video, then go ahead and click on the link below in the description so you can be sent your free guide, these frequently asked questions for biracial curly hair. Well, until the next video, I love you guys. I hope to hear from you in the comments below. Let's build this community and do what we can to create these confident girls through their confident curls. See you in the next video.